peels it off, that's the paint effect that you get. Paint drips, so he's finishing parts of the works later on when it's already hanging. It's almost ghost-like figures. Hello everyone, Philip Manilov presents the channel, and we are back to the amazing gallery, the White Cube, and we are very lucky to see some amazing artist today, which is called Georg Baselitz, and his new works. White Cube, everyone will know this place. The exhibition is called The Confession of My Sins. It's a little text. And these are actual real stockings. This is a collage application on the painting. The colors are really amazing. Just look at that. So Georg Baselitz does his paintings in this new expressionism style, and I think this exhibition is mainly talking about his past experiences and his past life, so he's reflecting back on his experiences and occurrences in life, and is exploring his past. That's the premise. I think I particularly enjoy the way he positioned the paintings, because he made them upside down, and I think that kind of changes the perception of it. And lots of his paintings are a representation of himself and his wife, Ulrike. He also does these drawings with ink. They're very interesting. And you could really see the sketches for the future paintings in these. What's particularly interesting about this one is that he used his technique that he also used in his golden hands. I recommend you look this one up, it's quite interesting. So he paints it on one canvas and then he sticks the other canvas on top of it, and once he peels it off, that's the paint effect that you get. So it's very interesting. And I also think that he probably pre-painted this blue background and then that figure was applied onto it. I also really like the background, how it's made. I think it's paint one color and then there's a bit of a watery base on top of that. It gives a misty feeling to it. This one is my favorite. Them both. Also, what's really cool is the reflection you get. And then you get these animals, all from his memories. So with this one, it's particularly interesting. I mean, you see the scale of it is enormous, which is super impressive. But you could also see that he has this paint drips, so he's finishing parts of the works later on when it's already hanging. And that's an interesting observation I made with my friend James, we were looking, and he does the paintings on the ground and he lays them flat, obviously, so you can see many of them have patterns of his trolley with paint, but then he finishes off with the paint once it's already hanging and the drips are prominent. Honestly, the camera is not able to capture the scale of the paintings, but they're absolutely unimaginable with their size, and it's very great to be present actually in the same room with that kind of scale of art. And I particularly like this one as has this line on the top. I think it has I do reminisce with the connection of calligraphy that I do. So I do like the lines. Also, you see the black lines, I think they give a bit of a point of contrast with the wider brush strokes. I guess they're able to accentuate the shapes of the animals. I really enjoy how the bare minimum of detail is able to convince us with the actual shape, and we understand what kind of animal this is. I think these are very energetic paintings, and they really kind of able to convey his expression of paint and his feeling in the moment. I guess his memories of the past. I also really like this. Almost like a negative. As you can see, he painted the shape with the background rather than with the paint on top of that, and only partially is painted above the background. But you see these expressive lines at the bottom and all over the painting. These are the lines and the tracks of the trolley that he used for moving the paint around. And I guess you can also see occasionally the footsteps. Size 46. Yeah. Just some nice shoes for studio, I guess. You see the paint buckets. And there should be some marks of his track that he used just to position himself. It's honestly quite hard to get enough of these paintings. They're so fulfilling, and there's like so much to explore. It's beautiful. I'm just fascinated by the contrast of this super highly concentrated paint in a way that you could see it's very structured, and then on the same time yet the super washed colors of the background, and then they collide in this kind of striking appearance, and I think that's super beautiful. Yeah, like look at these details I'm talking about. You can see it gets some history into it, so that's a staple. It's literally an infinite amount of little things to find. These almost ghost-like figures again on this background. Very nice. I think the background color is one of my favorites. It's the technique of application, so good. I think I gotta mention, just out of curiosity, as you've seen the Sergei Jensen's artworks that I was filming, and I was mentioning the price. I can also mention the price of this one, for example, and that costs £2,200,000. And that's another room over here, very contrasted, almost like neon figures right here, and the black is really nice and black. You could see the drops of paint, almost like constellations. And these are massive space figures. Truly beautiful. Almost like a snapshot of space. Right everyone, that was the exhibition of Georg Baselitz in a white cube, and I hope you have found something interesting for yourself. If you like art, give a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be filming more exhibitions like this one, and I mean I was super impressed with the artist and the works by Georg Baselitz. Very inspiring and super unusual, I guess, in a way. And also, actually, I mean, if some of you are in London, when there are exhibition openings, especially in the White Cube, when there was, for example, this exhibition opening, there was an entire courtyard filled with drinks, there was beers, there was Almdudler, if you know the OG drink from Austria, and like sausages, and it was a really nice event in the evening. So if you're ever free and you capture and happen to know that there is an opening in the White Cube, I definitely recommend going. Anyways, have a good day everyone, bye bye.